Good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to see array of 2-point sources with equal amplitude in phase, which is the broadside array, and array of 2-point sources with equal amplitude and opposite phase, which is end fire array. So we have already seen what is an antenna array and what is the need for it. So it's a system of similar antennas which are oriented similarly to get a higher directivity in the desired direction. So the total field will be the vector sum of individual fields, and if all the individual antennas, which are called as elements, are spaced equally in a straight line, it is called as linear. And if it is fed with a current of equal magnitude and uniform progressive phase, it is called as uniform linear array. And we have seen the various categories of antenna arrays like broadside array, end fire array, collinear array and parasitic array, where Yagi-Uda antenna is the best example for a parasitic array. And in today's video we are going to discuss in detail about array of 2-point sources. So whenever we say array, the simplest array is with 2-point sources. So we are going to see the two categories in detail, which is for broadside array and end fire array. So array of 2-point sources with equal amplitude and in phase. So the diagrammatic representation, you can see we have 2-point sources represented at the point 1 and 2 placed symmetrically about the origin, represented by O, and the two array sources are at a distance represented by D. So the distance from O2 is D by 2 and O1 is D by 2. And if we want to measure the field at a distant point P, we can say that the signal from source 2 will reach the point P earlier when compared to the signal from the source 1 because of the path difference. In the diagram we can see that the path difference is represented by 1 dash 2 dash, where the distance O1 dash is D by 2 cos theta and O2 dash is D by 2 cos theta. So the path difference between the two waves is 1 dash 2 dash. It is given by D by 2 cos theta plus D by 2 cos theta, which is D cos theta in meters. If we represent in terms of wavelength, it is D by lambda cos theta. We know that the phase angle psi is 2 pi, the path difference. Substituting the formula of path difference in wavelength, we get the phase angle psi is equal to 2 pi into D by lambda cos theta radians. We know that 2 pi by lambda is equal to beta. So substituting 2 pi by lambda as beta, we get the phase angle psi as beta d cos theta radians. So we have two sources. Let us assume that E1 is the far field at a distance point P due to the source 1, and E2 is the far field at a distance point P due to the source 2. And let us calculate the total electric field at a distant point as E. And we know that the phase angle difference between the fields of the two sources is psi, given by beta d cos theta, given in radians. The total far field at the distant point P is given by the summation of E1 and E2. So E is equal to E1 e power minus j psi by 2 plus E2 e power plus j psi by 2, where E1 e power minus j psi by 2 is the field component due to source 1, and E2 e power plus j psi by 2 is the field component due to source 2. Assuming that both the amplitudes are same, we can substitute E1 E2 is equal to a constant E0, and taking that E0 common outside, we get e power minus j psi by 2 plus e power plus j psi by 2, which becomes 2 into E0 e power minus j psi by 2 plus e power j psi by 2 by 2. So multiplying and dividing by 2, we can represent the total field E in terms of cos psi by 2. So where E is equal to 2 E0 cos psi by 2, substituting for psi as beta d cos theta, we get E is equal to 2 E0 cos beta d cos theta by 2, where 2 E0 is the amplitude and cos beta d cos theta by 2 becomes the phase of the total electric field. So this equation is the far field equation of two isotropic sources where the amplitude is going to be same and they are in phase with each other. So substituting beta is equal to 2 pi by lambda, and substituting d, the distance between the two sources, as lambda by 2 half wavelength, we can get the expression for the total field E as E is equal to cos pi by 2 cos theta. So using this we can find the half power points, maxima point and minima point. So let us proceed on with the maxima. So E is maximum when the parameter cos pi by 2 cos theta is maximum, whose value is plus or minus 1. So substituting cos pi by 2 cos theta is equal to plus or minus 1. We get theta max is equal to either 90 degree or 270 degree. So the maxima is going to occur at the point 90 or 270. Minima direction, by substituting the same parameter, that is cos pi by 2 cos theta minimum value is 0. So substituting cos pi by 2 cos theta is equal to 0, which is obtained when pi by 2 cos theta minimum is equal to plus or minus 2n plus 1 pi by 2. We get the minimum theta as 0 degree or 180 degree. Half power point direction. At half power point, we have to substitute the amplitude cos pi by 2 cos theta as plus or minus 1 by root 2, which occurs when pi by 2 cos theta half power point direction is equal to plus or minus 2n plus 1 pi by 4, where we get the half power point direction angle as 60 degrees or 120 degrees. So by substituting maximum direction, minimum direction and the half power point, we can get the radiation pattern. We can see that the point source 1 and 2 are kept on the horizontal line. Perpendicular to that we have the maxima. So this is the direction pattern which is called as dognet shape pattern. The simplest type of broadside array is called as broadside couplet, where the diagrammatic representation is given in the diagram, where the point source 1 is taken as the reference. So 1 and 2, 1 is kept at the origin, and at a distance d the second point source is kept. So this type of representation we call as broadside couplet, where we get the total field to be equal to 2 E naught cos psi by 2 e power j psi by 2, and the E norm value is cos psi by 2 e power j psi by 2. Substituting 2 E naught is equal to 1. So moving on to the next category, that is array of 2 point sources with equal amplitude but opposite phase. It is similar to the previous diagrammatic representation, except for the input that the phase is going to be 180 degree opposite. So we can see that the diagram is same, where you have 2 point sources kept at the symmetrical point from the origin. Distance between 1 and 2 is d, distance between O2 and O1 is d by 2. Again we have the path difference. We are calculating the power at a distant point P. So the field from the source 1 reaches the point P at a later point when compared to the field from the point source 2 due to the path difference. So the concept, everything is same as broadside array, except that we have a out of phase component here. So we have the total field E is equal to minus E1 e power minus j psi by 2 plus E2 e power j psi by 2. So amplitude is same, so we are going to replace E1 and E2 with a constant E naught. We can, when we see the representation of the electric field when compared to the broadside array, we can see that it is same as the previous case, except for two change. One is we have a J, which indicates that there is a phase change, and instead of cos we have a sine term here. So in previous case we had the answer as 2 E naught cos psi by 2. Substituting psi as phi d cos theta. We got E is equal to 2 E naught cos beta d cos theta by 2. Now instead of cos we have a sin term here, and we have a j term also to indicate that there is a phase change. So the expression, the total far field at a distant point P is given by E is equal to 2j E naught sin beta d by 2 cos theta. Similarly, by substituting sin pi by 2 cos theta as plus or minus 1, we can get the maximum direction, which occurs at 0 degrees and 180 degree. And by substituting the parameter sin pi by 2 cos theta is equal to 0, which occurs at plus or minus n pi, we get the minima direction at 90 degree and minus 90 degree. Similarly, by substituting the same parameter sin pi by 2 cos theta is equal to plus or minus 1 by root 2, we can find the half power point directions, which is obtained at plus or minus 2n plus 1 pi by 4, which is 60 degrees and plus or minus 120 degree. So drawing all these points, we can get the radiation pattern. So this is the radiation pattern of an end-fire array where the amplitude is same and phase is 180 degree out of phase. So when the distance between the 2 point sources is lambda by 2, this is the diagrammatic representation. We can see that the maxima direction is along the axis of the antenna. Thank you.